Please be seated. Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. Your Excellency, Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, President of the Republic of Botswana and co-chair of the Namibia Botswana Bi-National Commission. Your Excellency Lucia Wetboy, Vice President of the Republic of Namibia, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, Honorable Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly Katamelo, Honorable Ministers from Namibia and Botswana, and particularly our co-chairs of the ministerial segment, honorable members of parliament, senior officials and experts from both Namibia and Botswana, the high commissioners representing our respective countries in our respective capitals, distinguished delegates, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pride, heartfelt joy, and a strong sense of duty that I warmly welcome you, my esteemed brother, President Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, along with your distinguished delegation to Windhoek, the capital city of the land of the brave. Today marks a significant moment as we gather for the second session of the Namibia Botswana Bi-National Commission, a clear testimony to the deep, lasting ties that unite our nation and people. Your presence here is a powerful statement of the lasting friendship, solidarity, and shared goals that connect the people of Namibia and Botswana. Our relationship is rooted in a shared history, mutual respect, and a common vision aimed at peace, stability, and prosperity, not only for our nations, but for the entire Southern Africa region, the African continent, and the world at large. Mr. President, since the establishment of the Bi-National Commission in September 2022, our two countries have made significant progress in formalizing and strengthening our cooperation across various important sectors. The first session held in Gaborone served as a crucial starting point, establishing a solid foundation for ongoing partnership. Today, as we gather here, we have the opportunity to build on the momentum with renewed energy, commitment, and a clear focus on tangible results. Over the past week, our senior officials, experts, and ministers have worked tirelessly, demonstrating exceptional foresight and commitment as they carefully reviewed the progress of our current commitment, while also exploring new opportunities for greater collaboration. The comprehensive agenda before us includes key areas such as political and diplomatic relations, the development and improvement of legal framework, economic growth strategies, defense and security cooperation, and social and cultural integration. This wide-range scope of our bilateral partnership not only highlights the significant potential we hold, but also emphasize our dedication to achieve exceptional results that will directly benefit our citizens. I'm particularly encouraged by mutual commitment to thoroughly reviewing all existing agreements. This important effort will help keep our bilateral framework flexible, responsive, and aligned with the evolving goals and needs of our nation and their citizens. The agreement and Memorandum of Understanding we plan to sign during this session will serve as a clear example of our strong dedication to turn our shared ambitions into tangible results that address the needs and hopes of our people. Namibia stands ready to collaborate more closely with your administration, Mr. President, to advance the historical partnership our founding fathers envisioned in the spirit of Pan-African solidarity. Yesterday, we had a joyful occasion, the renaming of Fidel Street to Seteretekama Street. This was not merely an act of history. We are committed to honor the founders of our frontline states, SADC and the AU, to continue in their footsteps in forging ahead with regional integration and Africa economic integration for the upliftment of our people in peace and harmony. This second session, thank you, of our Bi-National Commission occurs during a session of renewed hope, economic reform, and regional integration. In Namibia, the 8th administration has identified 7 key priority areas for our development, which are agriculture, sports, youth empowerment, quality education and training, creative industry, quality health services, and land and housing and sanitation. These key priority areas will be driven by 8 economic enablers, mainly mining, agriculture, energy, water, tourism, oil and gas, fishery, and infrastructure development, transport, and logistics. These sectors are aimed to turn beyond charge Namibia's socio-economic development for increased prosperities and for Namibia to become a logistic hub. I'm aware, Mr. President, that Botswana Economic Transformation Program is aimed at shifting the country's focus from mineral-dependent economy to a diversified service-led model with high-value jobs and investment, driven by key pillars, which include establishment, Botswana's regional financial hub, fostering digitalization, developing agriculture, and enhance infrastructure. I mention this as a context for our shared ambition and to demonstrate that the thought process in Windhoek and Gaborone are not far from each other. Mr. President, today's discussion should inter alia be driven by a fundamental question: how can Namibia and Botswana convert our robust political relation to tangible, impactful economic growth and sustainable development for the social-economic well-being of our people. I believe that its response is that we must create jobs, empower our youth and women with skills, and accord them opportunity to be the driver of our economic transformation. Since the inaugural Bi-National Commission held in 2022, Namibia and Botswana have achieved significant milestones in implementing the decisions adopted then. In this regard, I'm particularly pleased to note the one-stop border post implementation at the Trans-Kalahari Mauno, located on the trade corridor, which connects Gaborone with the Walvis Bay port, facilitating a streamlined custom process. In addition, the introduction of the 24-hour border operations and acceptance of national identity card for cross-border travel have substantially reduced transport costs and transit times, thereby embracing regional trade. I'm also encouraged by the progress made on the Trans-Kalahari Railway ongoing feasibility study. This project can potentially connect Botswana's minor region with Namibia's major port, thereby transforming trades and economic integration across Southern Africa. Our continued cooperation in security, mining, education, and cultural exchange exemplifies the multifaceted partnership we seek to strengthen. In this context, Namibia also attaches great importance to our bilateral trade, including trade in cement and charcoal. The Commission should look into the impediments surrounding trade between ourselves for mutual benefit. Mr. President, the Botswana Vaccination Institute is one of our regional true success stories. For many years, Botswana, through the BVI, has stood shoulder to shoulder with Namibia, working to protect animal health and sustain the livelihood that depend on it. As you know, our two countries are beef-producing countries. During the 2023-2024 financial year, BV supplied Namibia with more than 3.8 million doses of vaccine for foot and mouth disease. These vaccines have been vital in keeping Namibia's livestock safe and productive. This is a contribution that speaks to the trust and partnership between our two countries. Last year, Botswana and Namibia took that cooperation even further by signing a 3-year agreement for the continued supplying of livestock vaccine through the BVI. I'm pleased to note that the first delivery was made in February 2025. This partnership is a reflection of our shared vision for a region that is self-reliant, health and secure, protecting our livestock, securing our farmers' livelihood, and strengthening the foundation of food security and trade for generations to come. This achievement exemplifies our shared commitment to regional integration, economic development, and people-to-people exchange as envisioned in the Southern Africa Development community, strategies for industrialization, and economic diversification agenda. Those achievements also contribute meaningfully to the goals of the African Continental Free Trade Area, as they demonstrate our ability to eliminate barriers, harmonize standards, and enable the free movement of goods, services, and peoples. Mr. President, distinguished delegates, our collaboration extends beyond bilateral issues to regional, continental, and global matters. We are living in the age where multilateral cooperation is being redefined and challenged. It is important, therefore, to defend and uphold the principle of multilateral cooperation, international law, including humanitarian law and human rights. Namibia and Botswana have always stood firm on those, and this is the time to remain steadfast. Namibia and Botswana share a common position on peace, democracy, and multilateral diplomacy. As global conversation intensifies on much-needed reform of the United Nations, the global financial architecture, and the global trade rules, we must continue to advocate for those reforms to be more inclusive, equitable, and reflective of the voices of developing countries, or to say, the global South. Mr. President, in the SADC region, we continue to hope for peace in the eastern part of DRC. In Sudan, we long for silence of guns, and in Western Sahara, we call for the holding of the UN referendum. Namibia's history is one of untold suffering, marked by genocide and apartheid colonialism. It is our painful history that compels us to speak out, not out of bitterness, but conviction of the power of international solidarity for human dignity. As we meet today, the people of Palestine, including in Gaza, remain in a prolonged suffering without basic supplies. The UN has declared a genocide in Gaza. We are cautiously optimistic about the latest development. Now is the moment to move the call for a two-state solution in accordance with the various UN resolutions put forward in order to bring about sustainable peace to the people of Palestine. We call for an end to illegal sanctions on our sister neighboring country, Zimbabwe. In addition, we continue to call for an end to the continued illegal economic, financial, and commercial embargo imposed on the friendly people of Cuba and removing her from the list of states sponsoring terrorism. In the course of this week, and I'm happy I'm saying this in the presence of our Deputy Speaker, our Parliament has passed a motion to support the people of Cuba and call for the lifting of economic embargo on that particular country. Namibia is also concerned about the emerging threats against Venezuela and call for the removal of sanctions and threats against that country. Mr. President, this year, 2025, marks the 30th anniversary of the Beijing Declaration. I'm always proud to talk about Beijing, as I have served at this conference as the Rapporteur General. And it also is also a Jubilee anniversary of the UN Security Council Resolution 3025, a resolution that was moved by Namibia to be discussed in the Security Council. At the core of this resolution is the commitment to enhance inclusivity in peacemaking and peace building, to make the voice of women heard in pursuit for peace and development. Advancing the Women, Peace and Security agenda, Namibia, in collaboration with the AU Commission, is hosting a two-day conference this month from the 16th to the 17th here in Windhoek. It is my hope that Botswana will be represented. The SADC Secretariat is also expected to attend. Mr. President, on a lighter note, but very, very important, on behalf of the government and the people of Namibia, I extend hearty congratulations to the Republic of Botswana on your historic gold medal victory in the men's 4x400-meter relay at the 2025 World Athletics Championship in Tokyo. This remarkable achievement has brought pride to your nation and to us as Africans. It is an inspiring testimony for excellence for African sports people on the world stage. As I conclude, Mr. Speaker, now I'm back in Parliament. I'm missing it. As I'm concluding, Your Excellencies, Mr. President, it's my hope that this session of the second session of our Bi-National Commission must lay a strong foundation for future collaboration, building upon the achievements of our predecessors and opening new avenues for tangible results to benefit our citizens now and in the future. Once again, it's my distinguished honor, Mr. President, to welcome you and your delegation to Namibia and to officially declare the presidential segment of the second session of the Bi-National Commission open, which we have to chair together as co-chair. Thank you for your kind attention.